Hello and welcome to my review of the 9mm Olympus fisheye BCL, standing for body cap lens. I'm going to start off first by showing you some of the images I got with it. Really happy with some of these images, great images, really like them, just showing what the lens is capable of. Unboxing, probably my favourite thing to unbox because it's the simplest unboxing ever. It comprises of a box, just taking out the instructions I'm never going to read. The lens in some bubble wrap, and that is the unboxing. So here's the lens. As you can see, it's very thin. It is a body cap lens, a BCL, and the only mechanism it has is this lever which opens it up and goes from infinity to hyperfocal to 20cm focusing. Here's the rear element, so it's really quite simple together, very thin. Not really much to this lens. So here I'm going to show just what happens when we open it up. So something slides back, revealing the lens, and you might be able to see the lens moving up and down as you change the focus. So I'm just going to show that again. You can see the lens moving up as we change the focus. The lens is tiny compared to the body. It really is a pancake lens. So small on the EM-10, which is a tiny camera anyway, so you can see I'm moving it around just to show how small it is. Doesn't mean it's a bad lens though, because I really enjoy this lens. So you can see the profile against the EM-10 here, tiny, just slightly bigger than the front body cap, and that's the point of it. The point of it is it's a lens that's on your camera all the time. You take it out if you need to get a shot, you can. All you have to do is flick a lever and it's open. Now I tend to work the lens in aperture priority, tend to set the ISO to quite high and then get going. So to start off, I set my lens to aperture priority and then I put it in hyperfocal focusing. Here I'm now taking some images, so we can see some images, and some of them are straight out of camera like this one, and some of them I've included the images you can get when you edit them in Lightroom. I'm not sure it's a good idea to show you images straight out of a camera. I think I should be showing you the images you can achieve with this lens. And many people have said that, oh, the lens isn't very good, it's not a good lens. It's an amazing lens. You get some really good images from it. Granted, today when I'm doing this, it's a nice sunny day, and that's when the lens worked best. The lens is an f8 lens, so it's fixed focus and it's fixed aperture. So the only thing you can change really is the shutter speed. So that's why I would shoot in aperture priority and have auto ISO with maybe ISO 800 limit. So here you can see I'm doing this really funny thing where I'm going to position the spike between my fingers. Oh, there we are. It was hilarious. Okay, I'm going up the hill, take some more images. So this is out in my local city, out on a nice sunny day, quite quiet, quite early in the morning, taking some images, and you can see it covers a huge area, and editing really transforms those images as well. So here I've got I'm going to have some nice vertical lines in the image. I've got low to the floor, which I've done with a lot of these images, and that's the image you get. It's great. You get a bit of vignetting in the corners, you get a bit of flair, but it looks really good actually. So the customary fast food bag. What I can do, and what I've done this picture, is I focused quite close. I focused 20cm and gauged the focus using peaking, and brought that in the foreground, and in the background had everything else around it. And I've done a similar thing here, focus close, and I've taken everything in. So quite big structures, look quite small surprisingly. It is a 18mm equivalent on 35mm terms fisheye. So here is a massive structure that I'm going to get in. I'm going to go low to get a really dramatic angle, and we'll see now I've managed to fit everything in, and the two benches. But again, going back to that close focus, I've got in close to this, so I've got something big in the front and I've got all the background in. I've got everything in the background. Here we are. Makes a really striking image. So again, here's another one. I'm going to focus on the padlock, which you probably can't see in this snippet of video, and I'm going to do two things. I'm going to edit it, and I've done some adjustments as well, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. Adjustments for fisheye. So here I'm going to take it in portrait orientation, so that's why it's flipped over. Here we go. Okay, so coming out a bit dark out of the camera with the Lightroom edit. Look at that fantastic detail I'm getting. That's a really good image. Now I took this one just because of the vertical lines that I'm going to get. So out of camera, here are it's all a bit squashed, bent, distorted. Here's the Lightroom edit, and I've de-fisheyed it with Hemi fisheye filter to make it a little bit more pleasing. I'm going to talk about that a bit later. So again, you'll see curved, vertical lines get curved with this fisheye. And the only way to get rid of that is to sort of de-fish it. Now there isn't a profile in Lightroom for this lens. There's not a profile for my camera actually. But look at that wonderful image. Look at the wonders I've pulled out with this lens. So in terms of conclusion, I thoroughly recommend it. It does the job of a body cap. It sits on your camera. And actually it's really fun. It makes your camera so lightweight. I mean, Micro Four Thirds cameras are really lightweight and easy anyway. Put it in upper priority and it basically becomes a point and shoot. Put it in hyperfocal, everything's in focus, and again it's a point and shoot lens. So really it's a real fun lens, and it stops you from, when you've got it in your camera bag, you pull it out, you put a lens on, you miss the action. Not with this one. Take it out your camera bag, flip the camera on, put it in hyperfocal, snap away, you will grab that action, you'll get some really interesting shots. And it's also a cheap way to get a fisheye. So do I recommend it? Thoroughly do. You saw the images I got with a little bit of work in Lightroom. Got some amazing images that you wouldn't know came from a cheap body cap lens. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this and you enjoyed finding out about Micro Four Thirds cameras and photography and camera stuff in general, then why not subscribe to my channel, and why not watch these older, still impressive videos? Thank you. Goodbye.